not gonna spend the night tonight. I'm not spending the night tonight.
Why not? Oh, you won't?
Going home.
So you don't want to leave me here with the baby?
What?
You just gonna leave me here with the baby?
That's not even my bed. Okay.
Just stay, man. Damn, I need somebody to help me take care of the baby.
It's time for his mama to step up.
No, that's what you were here for.
Don't play with me.
You said you know I can't take care of no kids.
I've been here for a week.
Stay here and help me with the baby. That's it. That's all. And cook for us.
I'm not helping you. He got something in his mouth. Get it, get it, get it. Not tonight though, babe, for real. He swallowed it.
Men date women for their free labor already as it is, but there's no one that is more true for than men who already have small children of their own. I'm talking like under 5 years old. If a man is trying to date you and he has a small child, just know that 99.999999% of the time, his plan is to make you a mommy bang maid. Small children, even and especially his own small children, are a man's worst enemy because they take what he views as his rightful spot in the limelight as the main character. Because usually when children are not around, whom are the women focusing on? It's men, right? According to the male gaze, if there are no children around, the women are relegated to serving men. But when there is a small child around, they feel as though the baby is taking their rightful spot. They resent children to begin with for stealing the limelight, but the thing that they resent even more than that is being left alone to take care of those children, because all of those care tasks are associated with women. And funny enough, you'd actually would have to be an alpha in order to perform any of those tasks, which most men are not. We talk about this all the time. Because what it really takes to take care of a child is to be a leader, to be self-sacrificial, to have critical thinking skills, to be independent, to be decisive. Most men know deep within themselves that they have none of that. They have none of what it takes to actually take care of and keep a child alive. That's the worst case scenario for them, and this is why they just cannot wait to dump their baby off on another woman when that baby's mother leaves them for being a useless sack of shit. They typically will find a younger woman or a woman who doesn't have kids, bring her in, and they'll compliment her like mothering and nurturing abilities, and they'll be like, see, you're exactly the kind of woman I'm looking for, you're gonna be such a good mom, da da da. And women fall for this, and these are the kind of situations that they then end up in, because these men actually feel entitled to this kind of treatment. Like, they're not actually thankful to you for going out of your way and like doing these things for them and their kid, and they certainly don't view that as a temporary situation. They're like, no, 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 where the fuck are you going? That should scare you ladies a lot more than I feel like it does. This is scary behavior. And I will love Melanie Hamlet forever for coining or popularizing the term king baby. There's really nothing quite like it to describe most men, especially men who are fathers. The reason that you need to add like king to the front of the baby is because a lot of men combine these elements of violence and helplessness in order to achieve the kind of treatment that they want from the women in their life. And this is exactly what you see playing out in this video. She's just trying to tell him that she's leaving. Like, she's not asking him, she's trying to tell him that she's leaving. And he uses this like vague, like threatening tone. He's like, where are you going though? Why can't you just stay? Like, no, just stay. You need to stay here so you can cook for us and stuff. Like, he says even the quietest of parts out loud. And don't be fooled by these men with small children. First of all, y'all need to realize what it takes for a woman, a new mother, to actually leave the man that she had a baby with. A lot of women will stay through some really bad circumstances, the least of which being not helping out or, you know, whatever. Most women will put up with that as long as he's like kind, has a job, brings home a paycheck, especially in those younger years, because women don't receive any kind of maternity pay or anything like that, and most of the time are forced to put up with a man in order to experience like the benefits of a maternity leave. A lot of women will stay through some rather poor treatment just in order to provide a child with that kind of stability, right? And without sort of turning their whole lives upside down and the child's whole life upside down. So if a man has a small child and has been separated from his baby's mother for any amount of time, you can guess that he drove that woman up the fucking wall until she had no choice but to exit from that situation. So this is not a good man that you're dealing with in the first place. Okay. Second of all, you're probably only there because that same woman, same baby's mother, is not paying attention to him. She's not fucking with him like that. And he's probably using you to make her jealous. That's the best case scenario. I'll quote my friend Kylie, whose rule when it comes to that is if the child is under 5, they're still messing around with its mother. Almost no exceptions to this rule. If your man has a child that's under 5 years old, there's something going on with the baby's mom. Listen, I don't make the rules. I just know a lot of women who have lived this on both sides of the equation because they thought that they were the only one that had like this special relationship with their baby's dad when their baby was still small. No, you're not. This was that man's plan all along. It was to have you on this little yo-yo string like that. That's why they always want to get you pregnant when you're young too. The other thing these men do that you really shouldn't be fooled by is they will sort of praise your like natural caregiver abilities. You're gonna be such a good mom to our kids someday, or like to your own kids someday. Like, I can't wait to see you be a mom. What they're trying to do is they're trying to like positively reinforce this behavior so that you will keep doing it. That's their only goal. Because then they will get mad at you for no longer doing it. And they'll be like, but no, you're such a good mom. Like, I don't even know what to do with this baby. Listen to them when they say that. They're telling you a very scary truth, a very scary reality about themselves. That literally, if you weren't there, they wouldn't know how to take care of their own baby. And then immediately, case in point, the woman in the video is like, he just has something in his mouth. Get it out. Then the man does not react quickly enough and she's like, oh, well, he swallowed it. Literally, he proves the case in point right there. Now, we have a whole episode coming out on this on the podcast, but this is why if you're going to date, you should always date like a man. And here's one thing a man will never do is that. What that woman is doing in that video, that's something a man will never do. First of all, most men straight up refuse to date women with children. Especially, mind you, men who have children of their own because they know exactly what the deal is. Also, a lot of men will tell you that they're ready to step up and be a stepfather to a child. And then when it comes to actually doing it, it turns out they haven't thought it all the way through. They haven't read any books. They haven't taken any advice. They haven't asked around. They don't know what the fuck to do with a kid, and they will give up after 1 or 2 attempts and just break up with you. You waited like 8 months to introduce your kid to this man who's like, no, I'm like ready. I love kids. I want kids on my own someday. And then they'll spend like 2 evenings around your child and be like, I can't do this. It's too much responsibility because they hadn't really thought it through at all. So you need to act more like that. Instead of like stepping up to the plate, you need to actually step down. The moment anything is like too much for you, or it's like getting in the way of your regular life, your regular activities, you notice you haven't been home for a whole week, back off and see how that man reacts, because I guarantee he's not going to react well to the same thing that he would have done to you if the roles were switched. A man would be so appalled if a single mother was like, how dare you not stay here for a whole week and take care of my baby? Change the diapers, cook and clean, make sure he has nothing in his mouth, all that kind of stuff. How dare you not do that? If a woman said that to a man, his inability to like process and compute that statement would like kill him on the spot. I literally don't think that a man would ever be able to process that kind of audacity from a woman. But here we have a man comfortable enough to do it while he knows he's being recorded. And not only that, but there's so many women in the comments talking about similar experiences that they've had with men. So let me just tell you, the kind of audacity that men have when it comes to dating, women mostly couldn't even dream of exhibiting. But you need to try. You need to try harder, because this is how men will take advantage of you. They'll praise you for all of these, housekeeping, mothering, soothing, peaceful qualities, only in order to keep you performing free labor for them. And then on top of that, they will have the audacity to get mad at you when you tell them that you're not going to be performing it for like a day or two. For a day or two, mind you, she wasn't like, fuck you and your kid, like I'm fucking leaving. She was like, I'm gonna spend the night at my house tonight. Not like she said anything criminal or like walked out or abandoned them. Mind you, again, this is not her baby, not even her child. And this man is so appalled that a woman won't just stick around and do free labor for him and his child. And he says it so openly several times, like, no, that's what you're here for. I need you to stay here and cook and clean and take care of the baby. You're really gonna leave me with this baby all by myself? That's a horrifying statement. That's a statement that should never come out of a parent's mouth. If you're playing house with a man like this and you have any delusions about him being a better father to your child than he is to his current child, I just have to tell you, those are the delusions of a lunatic, because you have to look at what's right in front of you and you have to judge him based on that, because once again, that's how men date you. They look exactly at what you bring to the table. They know exactly what they value you for. And in times like these, that's the quiet part that they're saying out loud. That's what you're here for. You're here to take care of the baby, cook and clean. And at the end of the night, also be my fleshlight. And all I had to do was take you out to like 1 or 2 nice dinners and text with you for a couple days, like text you good morning and good night and stuff like that. And you completely fell for it. Ladies, please stay away from these men. They are literally trying to trap you. And you deserve to be free and happy and thriving. Godspeed. I love you so much.